Hello everyone, and welcome to today's MLB action. I am your host, Johnson Kipperson, as we got the 5-1 Oakland Athletics going against the 0-4 Cleveland Indians. If you guys don't know who I am replacing Tyson Bradshaw today, and I am Johnson Reeds, and I am replacing Tyson today. Starting pitcher is Oliver PRs, pitching for Cleveland. Cleveland looking still to get their first win of the season as they play at home tonight. And if you also don't know, Chad Pincher batting first for Cleveland, batting for, and that's the first pitch at 3:04 p.m. And that is strike one. If you don't know why Thompson isn't here with me, Thompson had to go broadcast the Red Sox and Dodgers game. They're right now in the top of the fourth, Dodgers winning 3-0. And that is ball two. And that's strike two. It looks like he's going for a sinker here. And that's ball three, full count. Matt Chapman. A lot of people don't know this about me, but if I don't agree with the call, I will not scream at an umpire. And that's hit. And that's gonna drop. And that's gonna drop. And he's gonna go to second. It's not gonna make it to third though.
Batting second, the third baseman.
Now batting is Chapman for Okland, and that's striking. And that's strike two with the sinker. As I was saying before the hit, I will not argue wrong calls. And that is hit. That looks like it's going to be caught for the first out. And he throws it over his head. And the ball goes out of play. And these fans are now booing here in Cleveland. That's hit foul for strike one. Slider for strike two. And that's hit foul. PRs has not really had a good season this year. And that's a sinker outside for strike three. And he's out. Here's the lineup for the Oakland Athletics. Chris Davis now batting for Cleveland. I meant for Oakland. These fans booing him badly. And that's a sinker for strike one. If Cleveland goes 0-5, they're strike two. But if I'm saying if Cleveland goes 0-5, I'm just saying their playoff hopes are over. And that's hit. And Oakland, and he's safe. And it's 1-0 Oakland.
Batting fifth, the right fielder, Stephen Piscotty.
And that's a slider for strike one. And that's hit. And that is gonna be the third out, and the side is retired. Now pitching for Oakland is Mike Fiers. Now batting for Cleveland is Martin.
For the Indians, the center fielder, Leone Martin.
And that's hit foul for strike one. And that's strike 2 on the slider. But I'm just saying, if Cleveland right now has one of the worst starts in history. They are 3rd. If you guys want to know what the worst start was, it was the Toronto Blue Jays. And that's strike 3, as I was about to say. It was the Blue Jays, who the Blue Jays they won 0 games and lost 13 before actually winning 5-0 over the Red Sox to go 1-13. So pretty much Cleveland could pretty much lose every game this season. And I'm just saying, this coach will not be happy if that happens. Right? Yeah, they could actually break and that's strike 1. They could actually break that record for most losses in a season. Well, to start the season, they can only beat the records if they lose four. And why is he swinging at? If they lose 14 straight games in a row, which Cleveland is hoping that does not happen. And that's a slider for strike 1. I meant for ball 1. Count is 1 and 2. And that's swung on, fouled away. That's hit, but it's going to be caught for the 2nd out. Now batting is Jose Ramirez. And that's hit, but that's going to be out at first, and that's the 3rd out as we head to the top of the 2nd. Now batting is Judarin Protokar.
Leading off for Okland, the 2nd baseman.
And that's a slider for ball 1. And that's strike 1 on the fastball. And it looks like Cleveland is getting their bullpen ready as they are warming up Corey Kubiter. And that's hit, fouled. Caught by the ball boy. What a catch, though. And that's a slider. It's going to be hit. But this ball is going to be caught for the 1st out.
Batting 7, the shortstop.
Batting is Marcus Seaman. And throwing a ball straight at Seaman's leg. And they're jawing at each other. There is not going to be a warning issued here. As now Hundley is up to bat, and that's strike 1. And they're going for a pitch out. He is not going to run! And what was that throw from the catcher? And these fans are booing after that. And that's ball 1. And that's hit, fouled for strike 2. And there's a slider, but it's going to be caught for out 2.
Batting 9, the center fielder, number 22.
And that is going to be hit, fouled. A sinker straight in the dirt for ball 1. Looks like they're going for another pitch out here. And that's slider. That's strike 2. And that's hit foul. And almost hits him. And Klub and throwing down the second. A warning has still not been issued to either squad. And he's throwing home. He's throwing home. And he's safe. It is 2-0 Oakland.
Now batting, left fielder, Chad Hinder.
And that's a sinker for ball one. Oh, and it looks like Klubiter. And here comes Corey Klubiter. As he is going to be pulled off of the mound. He looks back. Didn't jaw at his coach. Anyway, here comes Corey Klubiter. Ready to pitch for Cleveland.
Corey Kluber.
And that is a weird warm-up. It's like he's warming up to hit the batter or something. And Klubiter looks ready as we all step back into the box. And that's a changeup for ball two. And that's hit foul for strike one. Here comes a cutter. And for ball. Hit foul. That's hit fouled again.
No, he's safe.
And he's safe. Just letting him know he's still there.
Three.
And that's strike three. And the side is retired.
Leading up for the Indians, the designated hitter.
Batting is Carlos Santos.
Santana.
And that's hit pop flied up. And that's going to be out one really early. Cleveland. Cleveland might go 0-5 here, which will be pretty embarrassing if they go 0-5 to start the season. They're like the Blue Jays that one year, who went 0-13, then ended the season 4 wins, 26 losses. Did not make playoffs, but did get the first overall pick. And what is he swinging at? Anyways, I'm about to say Cleveland will probably get pretty close to a first round pick this year. And that swung out, and that's strike two. And that's strike three. And here comes Tyler Naquin, batting for Cleveland.
Tyler Naquin.
And that's a slider for ball one. And that's a slider for strike one. And that's hit foul for strike two. And that's out three. Batting for Oakland.
Leading off for Oakland, the third baseman, Matt Chapman.
Chapman leading off for Oakland, and that's strike one. I don't think he meant to do that. Yeah, he's apologizing to Chapman. I don't think he meant. So I'm just saying, he just apologized to Chapman, so I don't think he meant to hit him. And that's a change up for strike one. And that's a cutter for strike two. And that's a sinker for strike one, ball one. And that's hit foul.
At the ball.
And that's strike three. And that's the first out. Still, I don't think Kluber meant to hit that batter. And that's strike one. Looks like they're going for a pitch out. Once again. That's going to be. Oh no! It is not caught! And he's throwing home! And somehow he does not catch that in the outfield. And that's strike one. And a warning has now been issued to both benches. If a batter gets hit or near hit, they will be ejected. Could be on accident, could be on purposely. They'll still be ejected. And that ball goes right off the back catcher. And that's a sinker up high. Now it's a full count. If they get him on base, bases are loaded. They are just trying to strike this dude out. And that's strike three, and he is out.
The batter, the second baseman,
and that's a cutter. And that is a home run. It is 5-0 Oakland. Cleveland is not having another good game tonight. Cleveland lost 6-0 to Toronto. They could lose a lot worse to Oakland. That ball was hit 391 feet.
Up next for Oakland, the shortstop, Marcus.
And that's strike one on the sinker. And that's strike two, hit foul. And that's a cutter for ball one. And that's strike three, and he is out.
Leading up for the Indians, the catcher, Roberto Perez.
And that's hit. And that's going to be out at first. These Cleveland fans are not liking their team this season. Cleveland has got to either send some players down to the minors and call up some, or try and make some trades with some other squads. Because they could take a player from another squad. And that's going to be a base hit. Cleveland has finally gotten on base night. Now batting is Max Morkoff. And that's hit. And that's gonna be caught. For the second out. Now batting is Martin.
Leone. Martin.
This could go two games without Cleveland scoring a run. And that's the third out. As I was saying, Cleveland has not scored a run in 2 games so far. So if they lose this game, it will be the second game in a row that they have not scored a point. Actually, I think it will be 3 games. No, they scored against the Jays 3-1. Well, not last game against the Jays when they played in Toronto. They did.
The catcher, number 3.
And that's strike 1.
Hundley.
And that's strike 2. Throwing a curveball almost at his feet. Will he? I don't know if he'll be ejected for that. And no, he is staying in this game. And that's strike 3. Now, warming up in the bullpen is Tyler Olson. Olson is warming up in the bullpen for Cleveland. And that's ball 1. And that's out 2.
Now batting, left fielder, Jack Hinder.
And that's strike 1. Pinder. And that's a curveball. Down low. And here comes a changeup. And that's ball 1, 2. And that's ball 3. He could walk him here. And that's strike 2. It is a full count. If I was him, just don't swing. Don't swing at all. And that's hit fouled. And that's ball 4. And Chapman. And these fans are booing Klubener now. And that's strike 1. Going for a changeup. And that's strike 2. And he swings. And that's going to be caught for the third out. And the sides are tired. Now batting for Cleveland is Kippens. Kippens hits, and that's going to be out at first. Now batting is Jose Ramirez. And that's hit, and that's going to be an out.
No, he's out.
And these fans are now booing. Here comes Carlos Santos batting for Cleveland. And holy fuck, that was early. And that's hit. And it's going to be caught for the third out.
Leading off for the Athletics.
Here comes Tyler Olson. He gets put into the game
Now pitching
for the last inning.
number 49, Tyler Olson.
Olson is pitching to Olson. These guys related or something? And it looks like Olson is pitching to his brother. Let's see, can he get his brother out? And that's strike one. Who's gonna win? Pitcher Olson or batter Olson? And that's strike two of the changeup. And that's hit foul. And that's going to be hit. And that is gone. And that is gone. 6-0 Oakland. And these fans are losing it here in Cleveland. As Olson hits a home run on his brother. Now batting is Davis. And that's ball one.
Chris Davis.
And that's strike two. Throwing a sinker way up high for ball two. And that's a changeup straight on the ground. Piscotty. And he hits Davis! And he is going to be gone!
Next for Oakland, the right fielder, Steven.
And Olson is going to be kicked out of this ball game. And Davis jawing, and the benches looks like they're gonna clear here.
Your attention, please.
And here comes Trevor Bauer.
Number 47, Trevor.
Here goes Trevor Bauer for Cleveland. Look at the closeout, the rest of this inning. Cleveland does not look like they want to play any more baseball here. Trevor is still really cold. Barely got any practice. They just put him in the game. Here comes Piscotty. And that's hit foul for strike one. And that's hit. And that's caught. We're out number one.
Up next for Oakland, the second baseman,
Here comes a cutter. And that's strike one. Here goes his good old knuckle curve hit for fouled for strike two. Here goes a cutter, hit fouled. And that's hit fouled again. And that's hit down low. And that is swung at for out two. Trevor Bauer with his first strikeout tonight. And that's a cutter outside for ball one. And that's a slider down low for ball two. And that hits fouled for strike one. We got the good old knuckle curve for strike two. And that's strike three, and Seaman is out. As Oakland now has a chance to put this game away. This game is over. Oakland is not scoring any more runs. could not even get a man on base, so they cannot score any runs. Batting for Cleveland
Leading up for the Indians, the first baseman,
is Bowers.
Bauer.
And that's swung foul for strike one. And he's bunting! And he bunts! And he's out at first.
The right fielder, number 30.
Batting is Tyler Naquin.
Naquin.
And that's hit, but that's going to be another out. No! He drops it. He's safe at first.
The catcher, number 55. Roberto Perez.
That's going to be hit. And that is going to be a double play to end the game. Oakland wins 6-0. It has been 2 games now since Cleveland has last scored a point. And they've been scored against 12 times in the last 2 games.
Here now,